Please subscribe this video and get 3 previous episodes of the Alexander the Great and 2 more ancient war videos in one place. A grand hall adorned with golden chandeliers and richly embroidered tapestries. In the year 338 BC, Philip II of Macedon celebrated his marriage to Cleopatra Eurydice, the young niece of his trusted general, Attalus. Macedonian nobles, adorned in regal attire, raised their goblets in celebration. This marriage threatened Alexander's status as heir, as any child from this union would be fully Macedonian, while Alexander was only half. Philip, seated at the center, toasts with his new bride, Cleopatra Eurydice. Alexander likely felt a mix of betrayal and foreboding, concerned that his father's new marriage to Cleopatra Eurydice might threaten his claim to the throne. Attalus, standing near them, lifts his cup high, his face flushed from wine. During the wedding banquet, the drunken Attalus raised his cup and prayed for a legitimate successor to the throne. Alexander, in a darker corner, listens intently, his expression growing tense. He, enraged, hurled his cup at Attalus, exclaiming, "You villain! Am I then a bastard?" Philip, equally incensed and siding with Attalus, rose from his seat and attempted to strike Alexander down. But whether due to his haste or the wine clouding his senses, he stumbled and fell to the floor. Alexander mocked his father, sneering, "See there, the man who plans to cross from Europe into Asia cannot even cross from one seat to another." In the aftermath of the wedding quarrel, Alexander and his mother, Olympias, fled Macedon. Behind them, the silhouette of Pella's city walls fades into darkness. Olympia sought refuge with her brother, King Alexander I of Epirus, while Alexander himself rode on to Illyria. There, he was received as a guest by one or more Illyrian kings, perhaps even Glaucus, despite having previously defeated them in battle. Although it seemed that Philip had forsaken his son, this was never truly the case. Alexander remained a significant political and military asset. Through the intervention of Demaratus, a trusted family friend, reconciliation was achieved. After 6 months in exile, Alexander returned to Macedon. A lavish Persian court in Caria, adorned with golden draperies and exotic ornaments. Tensions between father and son continued. The satrap sits on an elevated throne, flanked by his attendants. In 336 BC, Pixtharu, the Persian satrap of Caria, sought an alliance with Macedon by offering his daughter's hand to Philip Arrhidaeus, Alexander's half-brother. Fearing that this signified Philip's intent to replace him as heir, Alexander acted. Before him, an envoy from Alexander, the actor Thessalus of Corinth, delivers an impassioned message. Through the actor Thessalus of Corinth, Alexander sent word to Pixtharu, suggesting that his daughter should marry him, not Arrhidaeus, as he was the true heir to the Macedonian throne. When Philip learned of this, he was furious. He halted the negotiations at once, berating Alexander for seeking a foreign bride beneath his station. He orders the arrest of Thessalus and in retaliation, he exiled 4 of Alexander's closest companions, Harpalus, Nearchus, Ptolemy, and Erogeus, and had Thessalus brought to him in chains. This rift between father and son would continue to grow, setting the stage for the dramatic events that would follow in the years ahead.